Hey gang, welcome to the videos for tonight. We're going to start working with rational, irrational numbers, and here's where we're going to start with ordering real numbers. Real numbers just mean that they're numbers that we work with every day. There's two types of numbers, real and imaginary, and for a long time you guys are only going to work with real numbers because we really don't work with imaginary numbers in everyday life. So it says order the numbers below from least to greatest. So if you look, we have negative 50 over 3, the opposite of the square root of 270. We have 16 and 3/10, and negative 16.5 repeating. And so when it says order the numbers, you're probably thinking, these numbers aren't even related. I have decimals, fractions, improper fractions, and the opposite of square roots. And you're like, it's impossible. But there's two things that we're going to do. The first thing we're going to do for ease and practical purposes is we're going to use a calculator to simplify each number. So we were going to take 50 over 3 and simplify that. We're going to find the opposite of the square root of 270. We already know that 16 and 3/10 is 16.3, and negative 16.5 repeating. We'll write that out to a couple of digits. So if we have negative 50 over 3, we're going to use our calculator and punch in negative 50 over 3, or you can just punch in 50 over 3, 50 divided by 3, and see what you end up with. And what you should get is negative 16.3, or excuse me, 0.66 repeating. And so the 6's are just going to keep going and going forever. The next one we need to look at is the negative square root of 270. If you punch that into a calculator, you're going to get negative 16.4367, and this number is going to continue on forever with no there's no repetition to it. Then we will also need to look at 16 and 3/10, and we know that 3/10 is 0.3, so 16 and 3/10 equals 16.3. And then if we look at negative 16.5 repeating, we can write that out to a couple of repeating digits, negative 16.55, so on and so forth. So now we need to go compare these, and I have three negatives and a positive, so I need to determine which ones are the largest here, or the least in this case. It needs to be ordered least to greatest. So if we look, I have negative 16.66, negative 16.43. This is obviously my greatest, so we can mark that as the greatest. And then if I go, I need to compare, I have 6, 4, and 5 as my first decimal places, and so it's quite obvious that negative 16.66 is the least. And so if I order these in order of least to greatest, it should go 1 as my least, 2 is my next smallest, 3, and then 4. So the next thing we need to do is we need to use the less than inequality symbol to order our numbers, and I'll color code these for you, gang, so we can see it. So I need to take my least, my smallest number, which is negative 50.33, or negative 50 over 3, so we'll say negative 50 over 3 is less than our second smallest number, which is negative 16.5 repeating, which is less than our next smallest, which is the negative square root of 270. And then that is going to be smaller than our last greatest number, which is 16 and 3/10. So the order should be least to greatest, negative 50 over 3, negative 16.5 repeating, negative square root of 270, and then 16 and 3/10. So remember, use your calculator to simplify each number, and then use the less than symbol when ordering. You need to complete on your own the example right next to this one.